All right. You're probably wondering why we're back. I was wrong. We have 2 matches tonight, so we've got our chance here just a second to dive in and see a second match here. So let's talk a little bit about things, just in case you didn't quite catch the what was happening and what was going on. So every round, you get a random selection of minions that you get to choose from, and each minion costs 3 gold. And so you start out round 1, you have 3 gold to spend. Round 2, you have 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth, until you have 10 gold that you can spend every round. You can buy a minion for 3 gold, and you can sell a minion for 1 gold. So you can sell minions in to get more gold and generate new minions. There are certain minions that have special things, like you can sell it for 3 gold instead of 1 gold. Certain minions have battle cries that will buff minions on board, or specialty things that generate different kinds of value on board. So there's a lot of different things you can do. Now, generally speaking, what you want to do is you want to select a theme and go with it. That theme can be beasts or elementals. Theoretically, some people have had some success with diversity, but right now that's really not big in the meta. So you'll have elementals or mechs or demons or quillbore. All of these have their own special synergies. Quillbores generate blood gems that you can use to buff minions, and some minions have special things that happens when you use a blood gem on them, things like that. So in addition to that, you select one of a number of heroes to start out with. So usually there are 4 heroes that you're going to choose from, assuming you have the perks unlocked and that kind of thing. You select one of 4 heroes that you're going to play as, and you have a special hero power. Some of them are do things like Jandis Barov will trade a friendly minion for a random one from the select pool you can select from. That's really helpful in things like Elemental, where you swap one of your elementals that has a really nice battle cry in, then you buy that elemental again, you sell the random minion that you got, and you basically get to play a high value minion a second time with a great buff of some sort for 2 gold. It's really helpful, really good, especially late game. Other hero powers are things like you choose a flight path, is what they call it, and that may be in 1 turn you buff a minion, or in 5 turns or 3 turns you get to discover a minion of your tavern tier, that kind of thing. That's one of the top tier heroes right now. So there's lots of different options there. And it all is just exciting and different ways of playing. So we're going to be diving in here just a second as soon as they get rolling in this next round of Battlegrounds. So I hope that you came back to tune in. I'm really excited about having a second round tonight. So we will be right back, and we will see you in just a moment. Okay, we are back, and apparently we missed some things. We are actually on turn 4 already. The game was not loading into the next game like it was supposed to, but we are here now. Okay, so we've got Yeet on top. doing much better this round so far. We see he's got about a 92% chance of win rate here. Going to do a decent amount of damage here. The Admiral's still struggling to get things rolling here. He's running Ragnaros, which is super exciting to me. Ragnaros' special hero power, you can see right there. After you kill 25 minions, you get Sulfuros. That's huge. So right now, don't count him out, because once he gets those last 9 minions in, Sulfuros gets pretty crazy pretty fast, because it's going to buff minions pretty significantly every single turn. Meanwhile, you got Yeet on top is running Rafam. So Rafam's special thing is he can spend 1 gold, and in the next combat, he will add a plain copy of the first minion he kills. So it's really helpful for him to check out who he's playing. So right now, this next turn, he's going to be playing against Wu Legend, which we don't know what they're playing yet, but he probably does, because he's been seeing it. They will, if he were to want one of those minions, he could get one for free just by going in. So if they're playing the same kind of style, the same kind of minions, then that could be really helpful. All right, a good win opportunity here for the Admiral. 100% chance that he's going to take this round. Same for Yeet up top. Gonna swing in, get some of the damage in. We're seeing a much better swing here with the Admiral grabbing 3rd place. Is currently hanging out in 3rd place, with 2nd place being Yeet. So that's really great to see at the moment. Quite the turn of fortunes from last game so far. But that said, we're only in turn 6, and so there's still a lot that can happen here. The Admiral, again, faced with not a whole lot of great options here. He's going to go ahead and take the opportunity to level up his Tavern tier. That leaves him 4 mana that he can play with here. We might see a refresh here to see if he can grab something else. We do have a mech here that he might want to grab that's going to generate minions on board, but I think he's likely to want to make that magnetic and have that stick to one of these bombs or to the tiger. I would probably say stick it to one of the bombs. It is often better to have one bigger minion, and that magnetic will stick around even if he gets this 3rd bomb, which would be really helpful. Meanwhile, that cat is really there to help buff your other minions on an ongoing, so you're more likely to trade that in and grab another one. Meanwhile, Yeet has got some pirates going on that have helped him upgrade his Tavern tier a handful and buffing things out. So he actually managed to pull from his Rafam hero power here a Sailor that's going to give him a triple, which will be really nice. So another win coming in from Yeet and the Admiral here as they continue to move up the ranks a little bit and start chipping down some of that damage on their opponents here. Okay, we're in the selection phase here. We do technically have a mech on board, but it isn't the greatest. We could grab another Tiger here. That doesn't seem awful. It'd be great if we could get a 3rd. And there it is. Just what you like to see. Now, ideally here, you want to play the Tiger first, then you buy the 3rd Tiger, which will pull it into your hand, let you drop it for an additional set of buffs. Pick up the Annoying module right now. That is the right answer. Maybe I kind of think you stick that sucker to the 8/6. Though either of these bombs is not a terrible choice either. You really want the bombs are there to die, deal damage and die, whereas the Annoying module will really make things more sticky. Well, that said, you do have give your thing that you want to die taunt, and that can be pretty helpful as well. You might adjust its placement a little bit if that's where you want to land, but we'll see what he does there. Meanwhile, Yeet over on the top coming into a little bit of Quillbore action here, where I'm honestly not sure what that's going to give him this turn, but a rougher chance here. I don't know what's happened since he fell down a little bit, but a 96% chance for Yeet to lose this particular round. But the Admiral's still coming through strong on the top here, taking out these elementals with his bombs. With a 98% chance to win. One of the great things about these 1/1s that get summoned, if they stick around, they are each an extra point of damage that they're going to swing in and take out Groot here. It's not really Groot, but he looks a lot like Groot. All right, we've got a triple opportunity, a double triple opportunity here for Yeet, grabbing the spawn of N'Zoth. I mean, it's not the best, but it's going to generate a higher tier minion that he can summon. Also gives him space on the board if he wants to drop a banner boar and get rid of it, or he may be looking at moving into these. He looks like he wants to go ahead and discover first, see where he lands. The Amalgadon is not a terrible choice with the diversity that he has on board. That's really not terrible. Ghost Coiler, though, is a solid choice by itself. So he is going to put the Amalgadon in, which right now really only adapts twice. So he doesn't have that much diversity. He's got Pirates and Quillbores. So he would need one more thing for it to adapt multiple times. So he may decide to put the banner board down and go with the Amalgadon. It actually looks like Yeet and the Admiral are going to be playing against each other. So right now they're talking things out to deal the least amount of damage to each other that they can, and taking the opportunity to just establish a board a little more. So you can see the Ragnarok's hero power there has come through. At the end of his turn, he's going to give his left and rightmost minions +3/+3. All right, so they're trying to time this out so that they don't do too much damage to each other. It looks like it's definitely a win for the Admiral here, which is fine. And it's going to be... that's not a little damage, but... they move on. All right. Coming into this round, they are not playing each other, but we can see that Admiral here is going up against the Lord Barav that was a hard loss for Yeet earlier. So we can see that he's going to be going up against a Quillbore deck. And if they're talking, they might know a little about how he's got things ordered and what he's got on board, and what the Admiral might be able to do to establish something. Digging for some mechs here, does find a Mechano tank here that he's going to go ahead and grab. That Avenge can be really, really useful, especially in a situation here where he's going to generate some 1/1s. Every time 2 things die, he's going to deal 6 damage to the minion with the highest health, whoever that is on the other team. I'm trying to decide here what he wants to do. He may decide to... drop the pirate to get a Mechana tank followed by the Leaper. The Mechana egg is actually really nice too. He's got several options in his hand that he could make good use of, but he's going to need to figure something out pretty quick here. So he's going to put in and sell the buff, and is not going to drop the tank this turn. Oh, sorry. All right, coming into turn 6, we've got Admiral again here. Spoiler alert, he is going to win here. Meanwhile, unfortunately, on the other side, Yeet not going to be able to take this win. We're going to watch this play out. So a nice victory here for... the Admiral, taking a notch off of Lord Barav's belt here, played by the player Orion. Yeet in a tough spot here. It's hard to see with this particular layout, but he's got 4 health remaining. He really needs to take a win off of this mill house. Unfortunately, nobody has taken a win off of this mill house. This spells, unfortunately, spells pretty decent doom for pretty much doom for Yeet here. He's gonna drop this big boom bot. Hope he gets a great tier 6 minion here. I'm gonna grab the Zap Slywick. If I don't know if we've seen, so we have seen the Millhouse before a while back, but he has completely changed strategies since then, so we have no idea what he's running. He's running beasts of some sort. That Zap Slywick can be really useful in certain situations where it can get past taunt minions, but if he's running beasts, that doesn't seem like it's going to be that helpful, because it always attacks the lowest minion with the lowest attack, unless it's going to swing in. It said it could be swinging in against some of the like hyenas. Hyenas might be decent for it to hit. So he is going to get the Zap on board. Where he lands in positioning, I think this is an interesting choice. If he's, oh, sorry, you know what? This is the confusion that happens when you're watching two people. The Zap went over to the Admiral. Meanwhile, the Yeet over here has a really good chance of being eliminated. There was no Zap involved, and there are no beasts. So take that. So everything I just said, you can discard that, ignore it. We're going to cut it from the final take. I was just very confused. We do see a loss here, though, for the Admiral as well. That was a close matchup. He had a 56% chance to lose, but so he still had a chance to have taken that match, but he did not. All right, so fresh off of taking Yeet out of the running, this Millhouse is going to be going against our Admiral. I'm going to switch over to just watching the Admiral here, and that's actually not helpful, is it? Oh, there we go. Got it coming through. All right. So we have seen this board. Yeet has just seen that board and is almost certainly having a conversation with what they might want to do as they prepare for this matchup with the player who has not yet taken any damage this turn. And while it seems like with 22 health here, it seems like there might be a long opportunity. It seems less likely that they're going to lose. At in games, you stick all of your minions. There's not a terrible chance of dealing 22 damage in one round. And so he doesn't want to get taken down. Even if he loses, he doesn't want to get taken down too far. A pretty well-established mech build here. You've got your Dino Egg that's going to generate a big robot. Zap you typically do want over on the left like that. Let it snip off things that are small and insignificant, but provide value long-term here. So it's going to take out those small minions there, which I think is super helpful. In fact, doing so has put the Admiral in a really good position here. He's got a 97% chance to win this particular match. That said, it looks like it's coming in at the 2.7% chance for a tie. That's one of the things about Battlegrounds. There's always a chance, right? So I didn't take a win there, but did not take a loss, which is where you want to see. We do see two other members falling off. The Barov taking a loss there, as well as the Greybow, leaving just 5 players remaining. So at this point, ACU will be getting more points than they did last round by a significant margin here. Grabbing a crew jank here to start buffing things, buffing his minions a little more. it's got a nice magnetic opportunity there, but not the gold to buy it with. So he's going to hold off and probably freeze this board up for the Mechano egg and the tiger there that's going to buff his board next round. Probably what we'll see is we'll see a buy of the egg and the tiger, and then a refresh to see if he can get a third of either of those. Okay, and see what Zap can pick off here. Ooh, this is a rough board that he's going against. These beasts are pretty intense. It does look like it is a high probability that the Admiral is not going to take the win on this one, but it is a very low probability that it's a 13% chance that he'll take the full 22 damage that would get him out of this match. And that is not 22. He is still in here. Unfortunately, no one else died. But he does have basically a bye this round. So when there are an odd number of players, you have a chance to play against a player who has already been removed. That player has not generated more value, has not created more minions. So it is almost always the case that you are going to win that round, which means that you can take it a little more easy. You can look for some more opportunities. I think we're going to see a sell of this mech, this tiger to drop another leaper, and maybe a refresh looking for a bigger egg or another egg, maybe. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and get the buff in. So he's actually going to pull the Menace and go ahead and magnetic that to something here. See where they decide to put it. And I do say they because at this point, since Yeet has been dropped from the game, not dropped, he was taken out, they are almost certainly talking through these options together, and we know that two heads are better than one. This is a team event, even though they are each playing individually. All right. And yep, we've got a 99.9 chance to win this board, a 0.1% chance for a tie, and a 0% chance that he's going to lose this particular round. It's one of the really nice things here. It also means that unless the Ragnaros and the Forest Warden are playing against each other, there's a good chance that one of them are going to go. In fact, there's such low health on the third... we are Ragnaros. What am I talking about? There's such low health on the third and fifth player that one of them is likely to go out. So which puts us now solidly in the top four. Going against the Millhouse again, which we were able to pull off a tie from last time. But we were definitely favored in that match. So this is hopefully going to go well for us here. We do get the third egg, which is super exciting to see. Drop that down, see what we get from this tier 6. Foe Reaper can be really great if you can combo it with things. Ideally, you would want to be able to magnetic this mech onto it, but you don't have the board space for that. You might grab the magnetic for potentially in the future. You might be willing to sell off this 8/7 that gives a Divine Shield somewhere to drop something else in its place. I don't think it's worth right now dropping 2 6 minions on board, which is what would be required in order to make that work. So I think he's going to pull that. He may go ahead and magnetic it to something else though. Go ahead and stick it to the egg. Okay, I don't mind that. And get a Foe Reaper here in the middle to swipe up and maybe clean up some smaller minions that may be sitting next to taunts or something like that. Zap getting some buffs here. Gonna take out some of these small things. We've got a 40% chance for a win, 23% chance for a tie, and 36% chance for a loss. And yes, I am rounding. I'm sure that that doesn't add up exactly to 100. All right. Unfortunately, these numbers are not real time. That would be really kind of cool. All right. And so we're going to land in that tie zone. But that keeps the Admiral in the game here. Going against the Genie. So at this point, he's really hoping to get some sort of upgrade. We might see a Tavern up. That said, a Tavern tier up won't really gain him much because he would like to see us, get that Foe Reaper tripled. That would be really fantastic. But in order to get there, he would have to Tavern up and pull 2 Foe Reapers, which he doesn't have will not have the gold for. So I think we see a refresh here and start looking for triples of other things on this board. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Or anything that, or anything that might be more valuable than this 8/7 that generates a Divine Shield. None of these things are really super exciting. It looks like. And now that 3/2 over there with the Divine Shield there, that has potential long term. So they may be thinking about freezing that. They did not, though. So they're going to go into this round with what they had last round. Unfortunately, this is not a great lineup that they're going to face. This is not the first time they faced it, and these beasts did not get any less wild during their time away. They have a 1% chance to win this that is slowly fading away here. A 0.5% chance for a tie and a 98% chance for lethal here. And I think at this point that is a 0% chance to win this. These 1/1s aren't going to do anything, and that Foe Reaper isn't going to help enough. But going out here, the Admiral going out at in the top 3, I think is a really great showing. As they move in, actually, so he comes in the top 3, but the Millhouse actually managed to get taken out by the Ghost player. So even though he got 3rd because that's where he was when he lost, and that's how it works. The Millhouse there also going out at the same time. And closing out the match. So really making it all the way to the final match. So a really exciting round here. I am 90% certain that we're actually done tonight. I know I've said that once already, but now I'm pretty sure that there were only 2 matches, not 3. So again, no All Wildcat Weekly this Friday, but starting Monday, we'll be back with Hearthstone and Rocket League. Wednesday, more Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and then Smash Weekly on Friday of next week. Y'all have a great night, and once again, go Wildcats.